Welcome, everyone. I'm glad you've come. I wrote down the request for Taylor Swift and the one for Vienna Boys Choir. And I see one here for Smiling Phases by Blood, Sweat, and Tears. So we'll put that on the list. Oh, on the Ed Sullivan show. Okay. So let me get that added in. And what else we got? Rieu Bond with the song Victory. Okay. Got that. You guys have figured out that you need to jump in here right away and get your requests in. It's funny. Oh, plays Tupac, Keep Your Head Up. Okay. That's on my bonus list, but I will add it right here. Okay. I'm a little bit concerned that if I do a Tupac, it's going to be a half-hour deal. Miracles Out of Nowhere by Kansas. Okay. We're getting quite a list here, and we haven't even really started yet. Okay. And who's next? Let's see. My Dearest by Supercell. Okay. All right. I got the list that I've got so far, which is a handful. Before I jump into those, I do want to do one for you. This is Amira Willighagen. She's singing a medley with the Bronberg Children's Choir. And I thought that would be a great way to start the show today, so we're going to get right into that. And then we'll start doing, excuse me, then we'll start doing requests. So this is Amira Willighagen. And I think it's Jantjie verlang na ju.
Dränk i vacht Nobody gets.
Wow. Oh. That's a good way to start out any show. I'll tell you, that's wow. Her voice is so incredible. I noticed in this one that her voice added a depth and a fullness to the choir, which was interesting. I had never noticed that before. Wow. I see I have a request for Ren. Okay. Okay, well, I've already done Hi Ren. Okay. So that's on my playlist. You can look for it there. Excuse me. Okay, if you want me to do something by Metallica, you need to name a song. Pick it out. Okay? Before we get into the requests, I'm going to show you my shirt. As I told you recently on one of my videos, my wife and I went through all my t-shirts. We gave a bunch of them away, and we discovered a bunch of them that I had not been wearing, and so this is one of those. And I'm showing you those to, every day as I react. Excuse me. Got problems with my throat today. A couple of housekeeping notes while I look up this first song. When I do reactions on Sunday, when I do reactions on Sunday, excuse me, this is live, as you can tell. When I do reactions on Sunday, okay, I've got The Fate of Ophelia, but I've got several versions. I guess I will choose the official music video. Okay. So when I do live reactions on Sunday, naturally some of the songs are going to get copyrighted. And so, for example, my third Sunday broadcast is still sitting in copyright jail and will be for another 10 days at least before I can release it. So what I've decided to do going forward is if I get hit with copyright on a song, I'm just going to strip that song out of the live stream so that I can release it immediately. What that will mean is that you'll see me discuss the song before I start it, and then you'll see me discuss it after I played it, but you won't be able to hear the song. And so when you're on the live stream like you are now, you get to hear the whole thing. But when you're going to the recording afterwards, some of it's going to be missing because I don't want to have these things sitting in copyright jail for 30 days, which is what they do. It's kind of ridiculous, but, it is what it is. Okay? So let's just jump right into this. The first request that I have on my list is Taylor Swift. And did I copy that URL? Yes, I did. Okay. Wait a minute. No, I did not. So let me make sure I get that done. The first request that I have on my list is for The Fate of Ophelia by Taylor Swift. So that's what we're going to do now.
I heard you calling on the megaphone. You want
was a cold bed full of scorpions. The venom stole her sanity. And if you'd never called for me, I might have lingered in purgatory. You wrap around me like a chain, a crown, a vine, pulling me into the fire. All that time I sat alone in my tower, you were just honing your powers. Now I can see it all. Late one night, you dug me out of my grave and saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia. Keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky. Pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes. Don't care where the hell you've been, 'cause now you're mine. It's about to be the sleepless night you've been dreaming of. The fate of Ophelia is locked inside my memory, and only you possess the key. No longer drowning and deceived, all because you came for me. Locked inside my memory, and only you possess the key. No longer drowning and deceived, all because you came for me. All that time I sat alone in my tower, you were just honing your powers. Now I can see it all. I can see it all. Late one night, you dug me out of my grave and saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia. Keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky. Pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes. Don't care where the hell you've been, 'cause now you're mine. It's about to be the sleepless night you've been dreaming of. The fate of Ophelia, you saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia.
Okay. That was The Fate of Ophelia by Taylor Swift. Gosh. First thing I thought of, that was an expensive production. They put a lot of money into this song. They really did, because there was like a bazillion costume changes and lots of different scenes. So this wasn't cheap to do. But I thought the music was great. It had a great beat to it, and the melody was wonderful. I got, I'd say, probably 50% of the words, maybe more. So I got the story of Ophelia was living in fantasy. And I think, I'm not sure, but at the end she gets freed by her paramour. But, you know, I think one of the things that this video shows me is how accomplished Taylor Swift is as a star, as a performer. She is really the complete package. She does it all. She dances, she sings. Excuse me. She does lavish productions, and I know she has a huge fan base. I mean, that's kind of obvious by how much money she's made, right? She's a billionaire, right? I mean, that's incredible to me. Maybe is she the only billionaire singer ever? I don't know. But her music is great. It's enjoyable. It's fun. It's just really a good time when you're watching her. So I like this. This was good. I'm going to have to go look up the words to make sure I understand the whole story. But thank you for asking for this one. This was really fascinating. The next request that we have is the Vienna Boys Choir, Aus Alt Wien, der Streit der Ehe. Ia? Huh. Okay. Let's see if we can find this. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Hello. Okay. So the next request is the Vienna Boys Choir, Aus Altwein, der Streit die Ehe, with soloists Kurt, Schobert, and Rudy Cerncec. Says 1980. Wow. That's a while ago. Okay. Let's listen to this one.
Na also, da haben wir's. Das Regiment ist zurückgekehrt, aber den Zauberer Monsieur Franz war natürlich nicht dabei. Na, vielleicht ist ihm etwas zugestoßen. Na, das Regiment hat keine Verluste. Und Schluss jetzt mit dieser Lamentiererei. Du heiratest den Herrn von Stieglitz und damit basta. Das überlebe ich nicht. Schau, witzig sei gescheit, lass doch die Traurigkeit. Oh, wie sich verzweigt, wie das dann reg dich doch nicht so sehr, lagst dir das Herz so schwer. Oh, treff mich schwerer Tod. Wenn ich jetzt nur wüsst, wie ihr beizukommen ist. Doch wer prüft nicht denken, muss doch Gehirne schicken. Die Wahrheit, ich kann zerschneiden. Lass doch den Ortsgeweihten, ist ja auch sonst gescheiter. Was ist der Schein jetzt auf den Schau, Kind, versteh mich recht, ich meins bestimmt nicht schlecht. Wer steht vor dir? Nimm doch den reichen Mann, ist ja viel besser dran. Sei doch langsam lass dir sagen, musst nicht klagen. Sei doch sachlich,
Well, that was delightful. That was that was almost like a I know it wasn't silent, but it was like a silent film in a way. The way that it was set out and the simplicity of the set and the two of them moving back and forth and interacting. That was really interesting. Um, I'm curious to know what made you think of that one. Let me see. I have a number of requests that I've already gotten recorded. Let's see. I need to get I have to remember to put these URLs down. If I don't, I will not be able to do it later. What I have coming up is Smiling Phases by Blood, Sweat, and Tears, live on the Ed Sullivan Show. And then I have Rieu and Bond with Song Victory, Tupac, Keep Your Head Up, Miracles Out of Nowhere by Kansas, and My Dearest by Supercell. So let me look at the chat here and see where I'm at. Okay. There we go. Did I make it on time? Yeah. Okay. You've asked for... Oh, okay. So wait a minute. So Moshe, you asked for Tupac, Keep Your Head Up, and then you said Tupac is the bonus list, then you can react to Tupac Ghetto Gospel. Okay, I will change it to Ghetto Gospel. Let me do that now while I'm thinking of it. Okay. Because Keep Your Head Up is on my bonus list. So I will be getting to that eventually. React to Spiral by Longman. Okay. Let me get that recorded. How am I doing today? I'm I guess I would say I'm about the same. I'm still struggling with this cough, which drives me crazy. I have to cut it out of the videos when I make them, but of course I can't do that live. So I have tea with lemon and honey in it, sitting beside me, hot tea. Cool to see a reaction to a Dutch vocalist. Okay. Could you do One by Metallica? Okay. Now that you asked for a specific song, yes, I can do that. Let's see. All right. So, before we do any more maintenance, let's go to Smiling Phases by Blood, Sweat, and Tears, live on the Ed Sullivan Show. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. Oops, stop. You know, I have to say, for you youngsters, I would think that the Ed Sullivan Show would be a real hoot. He was such a creature of habit, and he had some unusual habits, and he had his favorite expression, a really big shoe, instead of show. But anyway, this is Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Smiling Phases on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Do yourself a favor, wake up to your mind. Life is what you make it. You see, but still you're blind. Get yourself together, give before you take. You'll find out the hard way, soon they're gonna break. Hey, hey, hey. Smiling faces, going places. And if they bust you, you just keep on smiling through and through. And you'll be amazed at the gaze on their faces as they sentence you. Hey! You're gonna need a lawyer when you're in a fix. Someone got to pay up your friends that pull off tricks. Proper true love is something that you just can't buy. Own up to the truth, girl, your lover's gone home by. Hey, hey, hey. Smiling faces bring you flowers. You can line them up and you can watch them grow for hours. And you'll be amazed at the way that he stares as he walks by your door. Look out, you'll pick up the name.
Well, that was great. We didn't get to see Ed. Oh, well. But we got to see Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And I think the name of that song is Smiling Faces, not Smiling Phases. That's kind of funny. I'd heard this song before, but I don't remember that kind of interlude in the middle where they played music. That was different. I don't know if that's part of the song or if they just added that in for the Ed Sullivan show. The other thing that struck me was the way they were dressed. Very tame. Not like they dressed for their normal concerts. I suppose that's the influence of Ed. That was a good song. It goes back a ways. I think it's back in the 60s, if I remember correctly. 60s or early 70s. Anyway. Excuse me. That was a nice throwback to a previous age. Excuse me. What they called the age of Aquarius. I don't know what that means, but that's what they called it. You see what we got going on here in the chat. Okay. Okay, I see. I'm going to have to paste this into my sheet to even see what it is. Odorico by Bowdy. Okay, that's brand new to me. I've never heard of that. And can you please react to I Don't Want to Miss a Thing? Oh, yeah, by Dan Bask, you bet. I love Dan. Dan is fantastic. Okay, so let me get this URL for blah. Whoops, that's not it. Okay, hold on just a second. I've got to remember to do this at the beginning because when it switches, I no longer have the URL. So, list. Okay, there we go. So the next request is Andre Rieu and Bond with the song Victory. Let's see what we got here. Okay, here we go. All right. Let me get the URL now before I start. That way I'll make sure I have it correct. Okay. All right. So this request is Andre Rieu and Bond, that's a band, performing Victory. You know I love Andre Rieu. So, okay. Oh, come on. Oh no. Did I not switch screens so you could hear that? Oh man. I think I'm going to have to redo that one. Hold on a minute. Dadgummit. I do that every once in a while. I forget to switch scenes so that you can see the music. Let me switch that. I'm sorry I did that. Okay. I need to pay closer attention to what I'm doing. All right, here we go again. Andre Rieu and Bond Victory. Sorry.
Heute am übrigen Vogel aus London. Bond! was ich da?
Okay, I'm sorry about not showing that the first time. I really need to pay closer attention. That was incredible. The enthusiasm of those girls is infectious, as you could see. It even got Andre Rieu to break out of his staid mold and become a performer. And those instruments, what in the world? Those are really unusual. I've never seen anything like that before. But they make strings fun again, which is really cool. I just thought that was great. I could watch that a lot. I could watch that over and over again. I just did watch it twice. But I mean, that was just fun. It was fun. And the funniest part of the whole thing was when all the male members of the orchestra came running down and ran out with the girls. I'm sure that was, excuse me, I'm sure that was staged. They had planned that, but still, that was really funny. Oh man, that's some good music, really good music, and great entertainment too, and just a lot of fun, a barrel full of fun. That was really cool. I'm glad you asked for that one. Let's see, the next one that I have is, okay, Tupac, Ghetto Gospel. Let's see what we got here. Okay, here we go. All right, so my next request is for Tupac, Ghetto Gospel. And I make sure I'm on the right screen. And let me get my URL so that I have that. Let's see here. The reason why I do this is because after the show is over, I have to compile. Oh, shoot, I messed it up. I have to compile a list, excuse me, of all the songs with their timings so that you have that available to you if you want to go back and view it later. And so basically the way it works is I have to find the time at the start of each song and then put it into the description. And then you can either go to the description or you can actually mouse across the timeline at the bottom of the video and see the names of the songs, or use your finger on on a mobile device. So this is, make sure I'm on the right screen now. Okay. This is Tupac, Ghetto Gospel.
Hit him with a little ghetto gospel.
Those who wish to follow me,
My ghetto gospel.
I welcome with my hands. And the red sun sinks to last into the hills of gold. And peace to this young warrior without the sound of guns.
If I could recollect before my hood days, I sit and reminisce, think of the bliss of the good days. I stop and stare at the younger, my heart goes to them. They tested with stress that they under, and nowadays things change. Everyone's ashamed of the youth, cause the truth look strange. And for me it's reverse, we left them a world that's cursed, and it hurts. Cause any day they'll push the button, and all good men like Malcolm X and Bobby Hutton die for nothing. Don't it make you get teary, the world looks dreary when you have your eyes see it clear. cause we're human. I hope we see the light before it's ruined. My ghetto gospel.
Those who wish to follow me,
Ghetto gospel.
I welcome with my hands. And the red sun sinks to last into the hills of gold. And peace to this young warrior without the sound of guns.
Tell me, do you see that old lady? Ain't it sad? Living out of bags, what's his laugh for the little things she has? And over there's a lady, got her crazy. Yes, it's giving birth to a baby. I don't trip and let it fade me from out of the frying pan. We jump into another form of slavery. Even now I get discouraged. Wonder if they take it all back while I still keep the courage. I refuse to be a role model. I say ghost, take control, drink out my own bottles. I make mistakes to learn from everyone, and when it's said and done, I bet this brother be a better one. If I upset you, don't stress, never forget that God isn't finished with me yet. I feel his hand on my brain when I write rhymes. I go blind and let the Lord do his thing. But am I less holy? Cause I choose to pump up and drink a beer with my homies before we find world peace. We gotta find peace and in the war in the streets, my ghetto gospel.
Those who wish to follow me,
Yeah, ghetto gospel.
I welcome with my hands. And the red sun sinks to last into the hills of gold. And peace to this young warrior without the sound of guns.
Lord, can you hear me speak? They pay the price for being hellbound.
Wow. The deeper I get into him, the more it hurts. It's hard to explain. Okay, I gotta focus. I like the way he switched up his flow. And he just did his thing. He didn't care about, sticking to some arbitrary rhythm or anything. He just put his words in there in a way that had impact. The idea that, is God gonna condemn me because I drink or smoke? And he says the Lord's not done with him yet. Yeah, well, the Lord's not done with any of us. He never is, because, excuse me, we're flawed human beings. We'll never be perfect. We'll never be without sin. And so that's one of the things as a Christian you have to accept, is that you're never going to be perfect. You're never going to be blameless. You're never going to be sinless. And yet you are, because God made you that way. That's the strange dichotomy of being born again, is that God has cleansed you from all that, past, present, and future. And yet, you have to deal with it every day that you're alive. And you have to face the fact that you're not what you want to be, that you're a shadow of what you could be. His poetry was powerful because it was truth and it was blunt. He didn't pull punches. He just told you the way it was. And you had to deal with that. You had to deal with what he's saying and face the truth. Excuse me. And that's not always easy to do. Every one of us struggles with that every day. But what I see in him is a man who was struggling to reconcile the reality of everyday life with what he believed God wanted him to be and what God said he could be. And, you know, the woman with the grocery cart and that's all she owns, and the boy dying on the street for no reason, just like the others that he sang about that died for no reason. They just died because someone pulled a trigger and because the devil wanted them dead. I don't mean this literally, but in my heart, I'm wondering how I can go on with his music. Because it's not easy. Because he didn't do anything that was fluff. You know what I mean? It was all meat. It was all blunt truth. It was all powerful. I don't think an artist has ever affected me like this. I don't know that any other artist ever will. I'm struggling to fight back the tears because he spoke truth and he died for it. And so many. Oh boy, if you read the Bible, so many men that spoke the truth died for it, including Jesus Christ. The world just can't handle it. It just can't handle it. It will entertain it, but only for so long, and then it will snuff it out because it doesn't want to know truth. It's too hard to face the reality. Wow. Take a deep breath. I haven't heard a song yet that he sang that didn't affect me, and each time I hear one, it affects me more deeply. Because I'm beginning to get to know him and understand where he was at and realize that he was a brother in Christ. And for that, he was killed. yeah, you can come up with all your sense knowledge explanations for it, gang banging and rivals and all this stuff and whatever, jealousy, you name it, whatever. But behind it all is the spiritual. And that's why he died. Wow. That was unexpected, to put it mildly. Thank you for asking for it. And now I have to go on. The next request is Miracles Out of Nowhere by Kansas. Let's see if we can find this. Okay, here we go. Let me get the URL. Okay. I need to take a moment to compose myself. So, I'm just going to go look through the chat a little bit. Okay, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers' Last Dance with Marianne. Okay. I'll add that to the list. Let's see. Would like to request Angelina Jordan singing So Peaceful Beside You from her new album. Okay. Angelina Jordan singing So Peaceful Beside You. Let me put that down. All right. Okay. All right. So, have we got Kansas queued up? Let's see. Yes, we do. Okay. And do we have the URL? Yes, we do. Okay, we're ready to go. All right. Okay, I've got somewhat sense of recovery now. Switch to the right scene. And we will do Miracles Out of Nowhere by Kansas.
sang this song 100, maybe 1,000 years ago. No one ever listened, I just play and then I go. Off into the sunset like the Western heroes do. Tell me what you're gonna do. Here I am, I'm sure to see a sign. All my life I knew that it was mine. It's always here, it's always there. It's just love and miracles out of nowhere. Love and miracles out of nowhere. Out of nowhere.
Wow. Okay, that was a cacophony of sound. I heard an organ, I heard a harpsichord, I heard violins. That was cool. And their harmonies are wonderful. Their songs, this song but in particular, are very bright and cheery, and they lift up your spirit. And they're very positive sounding. I kind of cracked up over the name on the screen, Left Overture. It's like, okay, we wrote this, we couldn't fit it into any of the albums, so we're just going to do it separately. I don't know if that's true or not, I'm just making that up, but that was the feeling or the impression that it gave me. Gosh. What do we got here? We got Tazarat wants to request Caramel by Step Token. Okay. Let me put that on the list. I don't know where we're at. What time is it? 12:09. Okay, we got plenty of time. Oops. Okay, so the next request is My Dearest by Supercell. Never heard of this group. Let's see. I thought that Kansas song was really nice. Very nice sounding and enjoyable to the ear. Excuse me. Okay, Supercell, My Dearest. You guys make really interesting requests. And I see one here for something that I'm going to have to paste in here before I can even tell you what it is. Let's see. Soriwa Chisana. Oh boy. Hikari Noayuna by Sayura. Okay. You guys are testing my ability to pronounce things. I need to check on that caramel because I got something wrong with that. What did I do? Sleep token. Okay, I left the N off. That's why it sounds or looks weird. Okay. So, the next one, the next request is My Dearest by Supercell. So let me get the URL in here. There we go. Okay. So let's blow this. Oops. Nope. First we have to switch screens so that you can enjoy it along with me. And this is My Dearest Supercell. Well, that was interesting. It was a very nice melody. I like the melody, and I'm still getting adjusted to the Japanese voice. Many of the Japanese female singers seem to have a kind of a harshness to their voice, especially when they sing in the upper range. But she had a very beautiful mellow tone when she was singing softly, and I thought the guitar work was excellent, especially the bassist. The bassist was doing a great job. Last Goodbye by Laura Fabian. Have I not done that one already? I think I may have. Let me check. Let's see. I'm going to put it on the list, but I'm going to check to see if I've already done it. Okay. No, I have not. Okay. So it's on the list. Excuse me. I enjoyed that. That was good. It just had a very nice sound to it that made me want to not necessarily dance, but move along with it, you know. Some songs you don't, at least I don't, really feel like dancing, but I feel like moving a little bit, you know, like moving to the music. And that's what that song did for me. I like that. Let's see, what we got coming up is Spiral by Longman. All right, let's see if we can find that. Oops, wrong screen. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, so this is... Okay. So this says Longman Spiral, Mushoki Tensei 2, Jobless Reincarnation, Opening Theme. Okay. That's a mouthful and a half. No idea what this is. As usual, you guys are introducing me to new stuff. So let's take a look. And so that song portrayed that battle that goes on in the mind of every human being. Do I want to be the greatness I know I can be? Do I want to pay the price it takes to get there? Or do I just want to go back to sleep? That's so fascinating. That was a very, very interesting song. And the video, the way they portrayed, excuse me, the video, the way that it portrayed that guy, the main character, was hopeful because at the end he was doing something to change. And, you know, that's one of the things that's great about life is that you can screw up for 60 years. And then you can change your mind and decide, I'm not going to screw up anymore. And you can make it all better and different. And you can do that anytime. I mean, from the time you're born until the time you die, you have the option every day when you get up to make it a better day. But it's up to you to make that decision. Okay, today I'm actually going to make it better. I'm actually going to do something positive. I'm going to do something beneficial. I'm going to do something that moves me closer toward my goal. And, you know, it's such a truism that many of us in childhood, we have all these dreams. And then when we get to adulthood, we get bogged down in the daily grind of having to pay the bills and pay the mortgage. Excuse me. Take care of, you know, utilities and all, you know, buy food, all the things that are required to live. And we lose sight of those dreams and we no longer pursue them. We just say, I'll just settle for what I have. But the reality is you can turn that around anytime you want. You can make up your mind that today is going to be a new day for me. Today I'm going to pursue my dream. And, you know, it doesn't matter how old you are. You can change your life at 80. You can change your life at 30. You can change your life at 50. Doesn't matter. It's when you decide, I'm going to change my life. That was a great song. I like that song. Very good message. Okay. So the next request that we have is One by Metallica. Wait, did I get the URL for that song? Yes, I did. Okay, hold on. I did not. Dang, Paul. You got to get those URLs, otherwise you're not going to be able to do it later. Okay. So the next request we have is One by Metallica. Okay. All right. Official music video. Whoops. Stop. Okay. All right. So this is One by Metallica.
Has suffered massive and irreparable damage.
You never know what has happened to him.
Had I not been sure of this, I would not have permitted him to live.
Where?
Father?
What happened?
I need help.
What is democracy? What is democracy?
Got something to do with young men killing each other, I think.
When it comes my turn, will you want me to go?
For democracy, any man would give his only begotten son.
celebrated individual to experience pain, pleasure, memory, dreams, or thought of any kind. This young man will be as unfeeling, as unthinking as the dead until the day he joins them.
I don't know whether I'm alive and dreaming or dead and remembering. How can you tell what's a dream and what's real when you can't even tell when you're awake and when you're asleep? Where am
I can't remember anything. Can't tell if this is true or dream. Deep down inside I feel the scream. This terrible silence stops in me. Now that the war is through with me, I'm waking up, I cannot see that there's not much left of me. Nothing is real but pain now. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh please God, wake me.
I just went ahead and chopped off everything. Oh God, please make them hear me. They won't listen. They won't hear me.
I'll wake me up, I'll be like this for years.
Hear me.
Back in the womb, it's much too real. In pumps life that I must feel, but can't look forward to reveal. Look to the time when I live, fed to the dude that sticks in me, just like a wartime novelty, tied to machines that make me be. Cut this life off from me. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh please God, wake me.
It's like a piece of meat that keeps on living. It won't always be like this, will it?
I can't live like this. I can't. Please, no, I can't. I can't. Help me. Somebody help me. Mother, where are you? Help me, Mother. I'm having a nightmare and I can't wake up.
Now the world is gone, I'm just one. Oh God, help me. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh please God, help me.
Me lying here like some freak in a carnival show.
He is the armless, legless wonder of the 20th century.
It has a dignity all its own.
Father, I need help. I'm in terrible trouble and I need help.
Don't you remember when you were little? How you and Bill Harper would bring a wire between the two houses so you could telegraph to each other? Still remember the Morse code?
Darkness imprisoning me. All that I see, absolute horror. I cannot live, I cannot die. Trapped in myself, fighting my only self.
It's Morse code. For what? SOS. Help.
Landmine has taken my sight, taken my speech, taken my hearing, taken my arms, taken my legs, taken my soul. Left me with life in hell.
What's he saying? He says kill me. Over and over again. Kill me.
Don't you have some message for him, Padre?
He's the product of your profession, not mine.
nobody for myself. Why don't they get it over with and kill me? I could yell for help, but nobody'd help me. I've just got to do something. I don't see how I can go on like this.
Wow. Oof. Wow. Okay, that's that's a terrible situation to be in. Oof. Golly days. That's